Welcome to weekly meditation on this day following the feast day of Mechthild of Magdeburg. And we introduced Mechtild and the beguines, the group that she was part of a couple of weeks ago. A theologian called Wendy Farley presents some of Mechtild's teaching, and it really exemplifies something that I think is an ongoing or a running theme for our meditations, and certainly for Father Richard Raw, the combination of contemplation and action. Wendy Farley says, Mechtild's theology is driven by love, lady love, who plants a seed of compassionate action superior to the marvels of just contemplation. Because lofty words without compassion are useless, and love of God that rages against human beings is without value. So we come to our own time now of meditation or contemplation in this place, at this time. We take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, and we adjust where we're sitting, or we focus on it. In focusing, becoming aware of our bottom on the seat, of our feet on the floor, of our hands wherever they're resting, and of our eyes either closed or lowered or looking at the screen. We bring our awareness to our whole body as we breathe in again deeply. Consciously breathing in through the nose and trying to hold it, and then releasing out through the mouth. Getting to a rhythm where we're breathing in for a count of 4, holding for 2, breathing out for 5, and counting for 2 again before the next in-breath. And as you become used to that rhythm, awareness of your whole self, wonderfully made, unique, yet sharing in our humanity. And I wonder if there's anything from today that has made you smile, has caused you to stop and look or listen. For me, it was the mushrooms in the wood that I walked the dog this afternoon. We continue to breathe. We give thanks for any such moments that have caused us to stop. Or is there anything today that has caused or is causing regret or worry? we remind ourselves that the past has gone and that the future is still open, and that what we worry about now will most likely not even happen. And we entrust whatever the future unfolds to the care of God. So we continue to breathe deeply, maybe using the breath as a focus to still the mind. Stepping away from those thoughts if they're racing, and observing ourselves. Perhaps imagine holding your small anxious self in the deeper compassion of your true self. Enjoying the silence and the stillness. The quietness and the calm. We'll just drop into that quiet and calm, some more thoughts and words of Mechtild. How the contemplation of love translates into practical compassion, practical action. She says, with something like formidable advice, that compassionately and cheerfully you should so transform your heart in God's holy love that you love each and every brother or sister entrusted to you in all their needs. Community leaders should arrange for basic comforts of others, console the sick every day, while being generous with gifts. They should clean them, make them laugh, and carry away their waste. She goes on, then God's sweetness shall flow wonderfully into you. She notes that the radical compassion she envisages at the heart of this action can't be generated out of a sense of obligation or duty. It is a true transformation, a heart sense that makes it unbearable to be indifferent to another's needs. She suggests a threefold practice. Firstly, detachment, which I like to think we practice in our weekly sessions. Compassion, number 2, which participates in the humanity of Christ. And number 3, desire to care for human need, which participates in the Holy Spirit. And she recommends, as of course do many religious tutors, that one dedicate an hour or so to undisturbed prayer each day. And I'm sure, as we all know too well, this hour or even 20 minutes is quite difficult to find. Yet without it, compassionate care can become exhausting rather than grace-filled and sweet. We are better able to convey love and compassion when we are grounded in the experience of being loved ourselves, trusting that God indeed cares for us. So if any of those words or phrases resonate, just a few minutes before our longer silence, just to follow those thoughts. We are better able to convey love and compassion when we are grounded in the experience of being loved ourselves. The challenge for me is, where do I carve out that time, that precious time that I know I should, but find so difficult to develop the practice of regular, even 20 minutes. So there may be something there that you want to pick up in our longer silence, which we move to as it just bears repeating first that love of God and of humanity are not two separate things, as if one could love God but shun humanity. When we love others with warmth, affection and care for their needs, it is God loving them through us. And describing the soul's relationship with God, Mechtild marvels at the powerful penetration of all things and the special intimacy which ever exists between God and each individual soul. The paradox enchants her. God is everywhere, and surely therefore impersonal. And yet in relation to the individual soul, God is entirely intimate, and surely therefore personal. And these words from her work, The Flowing Light of the Godhead. Lie down in the fire. See and taste the flowing Godhead through your being. Feel the Holy Spirit moving and compelling you within, the flowing fire and light of God. Maybe that's where I got the idea of the northern lights as our image. And to our silence with words from Salt of the Sound. We've played this before, but I think it bears playing again. Called Overflow, inviting us to reach beyond the walls we have built up in our lives, to instead overflow with love for others. So we'll use our silence for detachment, for meditation, or to follow any train of thought. Beyond these walls is where my heart lies. As I walk, help me to overflow in love, for love. And so we come out of our silence. Tear down these walls we built with our lives. That I would walk. That I would overflow to be loved. And to love. And closing words again from Mechtild. Lie down in the fire. See and taste the flowing Godhead through your being. Feel the Holy Spirit moving and compelling you within, the flowing fire and light of God.